Good morning, folks. We have a little tree project we're tackling this morning, bright and early. The sun hasn't quite got up yet. Yeah, boy. Brought the 080 with the newer grapple. I can't call it the new grapple. I've had it on there for a minute. A little bit overkill of a machine to bring today, but I'll show you what we got to do. Hoss is down here with the lift. We got to prune a tree and then pull a tree pretty much off of a house, kind of. It's not falling on the house. We just got to pull it away from the house out into a pasture. I'll show you in a second. Property's pretty cool. They got ditch water running right behind his house, so I'm taking advantage of it. He says he doesn't buy as much as he used to off the water company, but he's got a nice pond right here, right at the back of the house, and something I didn't think about. Got my old crapper boots on. They gotta float over this grass because they'll get soaked. But see this leaner of a tree? Gotta go up there and set a line in it. And we're going to pull it out into this pasture. He's got the horses in the round pen over there. Gosh dang, we got to get on high ground. Old boy was nice enough to take out the fence for us. And I'll tell you at the end of this how we ended up getting this job versus out doing higher and lower bids. Tell you at the end of the video though, but let's get to work. Oh, a doozy. A crotch rocket. Nice. The big pole rope on the top's 40,000 pound rated, the lower one's 20,000 pound rated bowl line here. Now we have two ropes set in the tree. One's a primary and the second's a safety, but we're going to pull them both pretty much at the same time. We got them set high enough with the lift that we got plenty of leverage. Now how this all shook out is the initial job is for that oak tree on the right. Needs to be pruned up and getting off the house a little bit. But since we're going to have the lift there, figured this is the best option for getting this other tree down on the ground. Sure, you could go up this tree and limb it out with the lift or a climber, drop it all right there on the guy's lawn, or you could just take out 30 feet of fence and simply pull it out. This is why I brought the bigger excavator we got a 12,000 pound excavator, and then the 080's a 22,000 pound, depending on what grapple and counterweights and stuff you have on it. But here's Hoss gearing up, letting one of the gas saws warm up. Most of the time we've just been honestly running the electric stuff, but for the bigger cut, fire up this rig. Colder mornings, it's funny because you get so used to electric saw, you just hit the trigger and start working. And the gas stuff, it's gas stuff. It takes a couple minutes to warm up before it starts actually running right. But Hoss has got this matched up pretty good. Bore out the center so it doesn't barb chair. If you don't know what barb chair is, look that up. Couple things to note right here before this tree hits the ground. The tree is leaning heavy over the house. Hoss went up it with a lift, relieved some of the back weight off the tree, and set these two pole ropes. We are aiming for the obvious spot at the gap between the fence, but more specifically towards the camera or down there at that sprinkler at the bottom left. And now I don't want you thinking because the tree doesn't follow the ropes that we missed our mark. We have the rope set up to counter the lean. We are pulling opposite of the lean. Could have went a little bit further to the right to fully counter the opposite pole, but at the end of the day, this is what you got to do to get the tree to go really where you want. Don't pull it straight to where you need when it's a big leaner.
got some moons.
Yeah, I could have went over to the side a little bit more. Got the angle. Put her in second gear. Happy bears right there. Happy bears. I was going to put a little song over this time lapse, but I kind of decided I want to talk what's going on right here. So as I'm processing up this tree that we just dropped over here, Haas is up in the oak tree, the initial project of the job. There's a lot of foliage just consuming the house and the garage from that oak tree. So Haas is up there trying to lift everything up, all these limbs, and that oak tree actually does lean over the house as well. So taking all the stuff off the house side will help balance that tree a little bit more. But if you notice how I'm sorting through this, I'm taking the firewood, the bigger chunks, and cutting them around 8-footers, limbing them up a little bit, setting them off to the side, and I'm trying to stage the brush so that somebody can come over here with a set of pallet forks or what have you and scoop this up and haul it out of the pasture, because at the end of the day they need to get this stuff cleaned up out of here so the horse can come back out here. So that's how I'm trying to process this. And there was another key ingredient to bringing the bigger excavator. It was needed to pull that tree because it had a pretty good lean and we wanted to have some weight behind it. But cleaning up all the brush on the other side of the fence so that I don't have to blow my back out trying to move everything, bigger excavator, bad boy fits on the other side or reaches over the fence a heck of a lot easier. But here, watch this. This post right here came separated. It had one screw on the crossbar holding it together. So at some point, there you go. I go over there and I push it together and I squeezed it with the grapple. Squeeze that screw back in there. Only had one screw holding it in there, so it wasn't like it had the strongest in the world to start the day off with. And I'm going around a little bit by using my feet cleaning this up, and then I realized, what the heck, I still got the excavator here. Let's go grab that bad boy and get this cleaned up. And I'll show you. Learning this key to success. This right here is just, it makes life a lot easier and a lot more fun, because the first several excavators that we had, they all had dangle grapples on it, so you couldn't really do this. You could just drag the grapple, but the idea of putting a log in there and having a 9-10 foot wide rake or broom for pulling all these leaves and the light material all into a pile, oh, what a game changer. There is definitely a place for a fixed grapple versus a dangle grapple. This is a fixed grapple because it doesn't dangle. Somebody asked me that in a comment before, what was the difference? And this is just a rigid mounted grapple. It is harder on the machine trying to lift the bigger material up with it because it doesn't have any, give and flexibility in the head. But it makes life so much, I don't know, I'd say easier in some areas. There's Haas up here throwing a couple more branches off the top. Some of the tips that he was getting off of that, like this one here, came from all the way out there at the end, so he ends up cutting it and then just retracting the whole boom, getting back in there. Now this right here is how you turn, I think, a customer into a friend, because this guy is all ambitious to clean up all this mess all on his own, but he is looking at some of these bigger logs. This is the butt cut right here that's in the grapple, and he's like, man, you think you could pack some of that stuff out for me? And I was like, yeah, no problem. I mean, I got time to do that. It's not that big a deal. He just wants me to pack it over to the woodshed. So I'm trying to make each one of these runs count. You don't want to overload the grapple in the sense that you're going to break something. We're far from that. I've lifted plenty heavy with it, and you can see the machine's lifting up fine. But you don't want to get to the point where if you have to lift over like that sprinkler head, you don't want to do it to where you don't think the grapple's going to hold the particular, material in there and fall off and break some stuff. So, yeah, at the end of the day, you might have been able to get a third little log in there, but at what cost? If you accidentally drop the whole bundle on something and break something, it's not worth it. But I told him, I was like, yeah, on my last trip, I can go in, grab something, pack it out of there. But I was ahead of schedule, got everything cleaned up, and Haas was still up there limbing on that tree. So ended up packing all these logs out and timed it so that the last bundle of logs was my last trip out of there after finishing cleaning up all the brush, and we were good to go. Yeah, well, that lifted quite a bit up off that bad boy, so. It's right there. It's his saw, rake. I think I'm just gonna grab these logs and head on over there. I'm gonna drive out in the street to load up. I don't make that corner loaded. Hey, this is cool. That house was like consumed with that oak tree. I feel like we took what we were expecting to take off of, but always kind of go back for just a little bit more. I think it tied it in real nice, but rolling out of here. Oh, already got, there we go. Okay, another successful round. Just made it back, and I'll talk a little bit about that job because it was a nice customer to work for. He was out there running his tractor and helping out a little bit, and he didn't need to. I think I did a little bit more than he wanted us to, but we had the big machines there and everything. So I'll go over the idea of that job and how that unfolded. He had several other people look at that project. I think he said he had 3 other bids, and I'm not going to get specifics with the numbers, but he had one that was not a bad price, and then he had one that was double that, and he thought the double one was just astronomical. And then he told us that he didn't actually want everything cleaned up. He just wanted it dropped, and then he'd clean up the mess. And I thought, wow, you know, I'm already going to have to bring the bigger excavator over here because this thing leans pretty good. I don't know if it really broadcasted that in the video, but I said, since I'm already going to have the bigger machine here, why don't I pick up all the brush and sort through the logs, possibly cut some firewood chunks out of it. And he really liked that. And my price wasn't the bottom one, and it wasn't the astronomical one, but it's somewhere in the middle there. And it got what we wanted, and actually was able to, while Haas was up in the lift finishing up that oak tree, just lifting the low branches off the house, I had some time to kill. I had cleaned up the mess down there, sorted through it so that he can go into it with his pallet forks, with his little tractor, and pack it to where he needs it. And I was ahead of schedule, I would say. So I packed all the bigger logs out front for him. And we were still time ahead in a sense, but he said, "Your guys are done. Call it a day. That's everything I wanted." So, and hopefully we'll get some more work out of it. The stumps need ground, and he talked about a couple other trees in the future that he would like to tackle, but since he's a working man, he wanted to do some of the work himself. So once he gets that cleaned up, maybe we'll get a call from him. But thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate it. Curious to read your comments. See you guys on the next one. Later.